Hi, back again. We go on with our truck. At first I want to make here the cooler of the motor. So for that we simply take here add mesh cube, scale down, look from front or back, that's more important to get the size of that. Scale set. Then scale X, that should be the cooler. Mark that all and then mark seam. Then we take front view, U unwrap from U. We give them material, we call it cooler. So I must look short if I have. Yeah, I have one there. That you can get on texture.com. You can use that for them. So we have to go here then in shading. Here we have the nodes for our cooler. There is he. So add texture, image texture, open up in our texture folder. There we have that, and put that color into base color, and you see it appears there. It's only a little bit too big, so we need a mapping, vector mapping, connect vector with vector, texture by mapping, and add an input the texture coordinates. Connect UV with the vector. Now we can handle the size here in the scale of the mapping. So we try here 2, and you see it gets bigger. So we take here less, 0.2, 0.2. That is too small. So we try here 4. 4 looks good. I think we can try here from view bounce, but then we must make it bigger or smaller. I don't know, we will see. Yeah, then a 2. Let look it good. We put them back in the background there. But before we do such, we use the color as a reference factor. We invert that, so color inward, push that between the reference and the color. Then we take the color as a displacement. See it here, that gives then more the 3D effect, but it's too much, so we have to add converter and math converter and bring them between the displacement, and take here multiply and a strongness of 0.003. So now we can go back to modeling and plug them back to the X into the car. We see we must scale them a little in the Y. So we have that, we disable the proportional. So we can go a little bit deeper, yeah. Yeah, nearly too good. or near to go to. Good, we have done one. Next, file, save. We must do the car frame where all is put it onto. So we add mesh cube, scale down, then scale X, so such like that. Can be that it must be a little bit longer or shorter. We will let's see all later. At first we bring them here, then edit mode, Shift D and place a copy there. Then we get them out of the car, and then we put in here some loops. That means at the back we need one to get there and close part, and we need other two in the middle. So one here, one there, here, and there. Control R to make the loops. Don't worry, it must not be exact, because we have here, it's all under car layer, so nobody sees that. Here we take F3 and bridge edge loop. Then we close that, and so we do that with all this stuff. F3, close that with bridge edge loops, and here also F3 there. Okay, that should be black metal, so we go here to materials, black steel, and black that under the car. So we have that. I think that must fit. Onto this comes that bumper at front. So we must go here a little bit higher. Such like that. Good. That's down under, and there comes the other stuff on that we built. That's okay. File, save. So yeah, there are many little details. That left. Yeah. So we have to do the back wall there. That is add mesh cube, scale down. That can be it. Then edit mode with background selection, word selection, C circle selection, put him down. Then that should be a long wall. So we have to set here at first the origin, because it needs a mirror modifier. So we need this edge here. We see now here is the pivot point, the middle point, or how you call it, Shift S. And we set now the 3D cursor to the selection. Now that white red one is there, we leave the edit mode, and now we can set here object, set the origin to the 3D cursor. Now the object middle point is exactly here, and we can use now a modifier, mirror modifier. In the y-axis And now we can handle that all. So make it here brighter, wider, and such. But we see here the first problem. What was that? We only get that one. Okay. So that function, yeah. Good. What we need in there is a window, and it must be bendable at the bottom, like the door too. So we place it there. We need there also subdivision surface modifiers. So add modifier subdivision surface level 2. You see it bends. So Control R, we make it here sharper and here sharper too, and then we have that. We also need that here at the left side, so Control R, bring there one in, and on the outside also a little. Good. That is this wall, and it must be bended like we see it there. So that means when we take that here and bring it more there, then we can handle that. So we try that. Get them more there. We must sharpen up that here before, so Control R, make here a loop in. So, and we must plug here a loop in to get the range for the bending. So we make here another loop, and now we should control that. So that is the roundness, and we can handle them with the singular parts of that here and the other one down there. Good. So with them we can handle later that it fits here with the door, and we need now the window in too. So we need here a loop where the window top, and then a loop where the window bottom. There, then the left border. Now we need to open up that. So that means here we must delete the parts, the edges. X, delete edges. Now it is open, but it is not as round as we want, so Control R, make your loops in to sharpen that up. So that's that. I think we can handle that each time to make it a little bit more round, less round, like we would. But for the start, that is okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. So we plugged it in the car. So the roundness we see don't fit here. So we have to change that. So I get them more till the side. More there. And then this stuff too. As long as we have different there. And we see it must be higher all in all. So we take here the complete part and bring them more up. So, and that fits. Good, but it is not bright enough. You see it there. So we have to bring that middle point to the real middle point. So place it there. Ooh, we don't accept that. Why? So we disable the mirror. We have that. Then we object apply the rotation scale, and then again we take a mirror modifier in the Y direction, but he don't mix that correctly. That's bad, very bad, only bad. Merge limit makes there nothing. Yeah. Okay. Don't understand it really. Think in the object mode there is a problem that the axes there are not in the middle real. Yeah. Because we changed that here. Yeah, that's okay. Control S, cursor to selected, and now object set origin to 3D cursor. Now it works. Mirror modifier in the Y direction. Yeah, we have it. Clipping should be on. Then we should handle that. And when we here take the merging, then the middle part will be straight also. So we have now that all done. We can take here an unwrap, so hit U, Smart UV projection, and get here the material side panel color, and then that is done also. Sure, we need there in a class. So look from front. And put there some class in. That means add mesh cube, scale down, scale Y, scale X, and bring it into. Okay. That needs an unwrap too, so we make a simple mark seams and you unwrap. Then we take here G, the class material. That was not class material, so class. So we have that. Fine. Wow, I thought it crashed. That was my horror. Good. Maybe it can be a little bit higher that here. The whole window looks a little bit deep. So we bring it higher. But we need the wall, that one. We want to get it higher, higher and higher. Yeah. So we get box selection and get this part here. can get it complete if you want, that's not the point. And bring that then more up. Don't see what's here the problem. Ah, the classes at the end. Yeah, that is not the problem. Good. Yeah, that looks better. So we have then that cabin 2. Maybe we can go here with the class deeper. So I have to do that again. B, box selection, and then we go back from the side, and there we see we can go here deeper to the same height as the window. That looks more similar to that. Good. File, save. Good, that one must be turned. So rotate set 90 degrees. That one must be on each side of it. So plug it there. A little bit higher that it is between this cage there. So that's that. Then Shift D, another one on the other side. Now we can join that together. Object join. And we must now look that it is as big as we need, so scale them simply. And then bring them down under to the wheels. So we have here the wheel, here's the middle, so such like that. Good. That we have to do with all the axes for the back parts too. So Shift D, bring one there, and Shift D, bring one there. So we have now 3 axes in, and the whole other stuff there. File, save. Good. What we need is, when you look here, there are some holes in the plan, and yeah, cable runs through it. Yeah. That means we must change here our top part, and that here maybe is too big. I must see that later. So bring that up. Well, not that much. File, save as new version number 27. And I open up the bottom. So disable background selecting and get your face selection. Let's see that from other side. So here is one. Delete edges. Delete edges. Delete edges. So that it opens up. Good. Now it is open. And it must be a little bit over the bridge there. But before we do that, we take here that one. Rotate set 90 degrees. So then we look from the top. That is bigger than it should. So we bring it down and scale it to the size that fits. Think that can work. So scale Y, and we have done that also. We bring that more into. So done. Same we need here for the other part. So Shift D, rotate, set 180 degrees, and bring that into. So there. Yeah, we must adjust that later, maybe a little. Good. So that is closed there. File, save. That is open up. But we need here the holes in. And I want to make it more round like that. So for that will be a little bit tricky. Shift D, copy. Then we need here 3 loops. And beside each we make another loop. So that's the first part. Now we take your face selection, get that whole loop, and extrude scale. Only a little is needed. Here the same, extrude scale. Move the mouse, and then you have that. Here the same, extrude scale. Move a little, done. Now we have more that style that is there, but it isn't round here in the middle, so we need their loops too. Here one, there one, in each middle, and that we can scale now. So we take that simply and scale that a little. But only the top part. So we take here word selection, and here the circle selection, and scale that a little. That we make with all. And not too much, that looks bad. So only a little. That is okay. So we have now that, and that is too edgy. All in all, so we need here modifier, subdivision surface modifier level 2 maybe, and you see it sharpens up, but a little too much maybe, and the shadings are wrong here. So that means we need here loops at each side to get the shading errors away. So that looks more like it should, but you see it isn't round, that is more edgy style. That is because it is too sharpened up. So we have here the problem that we made that before without a modifier. So we have that here left, and we dissolve the edges now, that the modifier makes the work, and not we are with our modeling. So dissolve, then he makes it for himself round, and that makes it better for us. Um, Here we must get 1 back, because it should have a little bending there. And here also it was 3 at last, and now 2 is enough. Control R 1. Good. Here we see the arrows again. That's for sure bad. So we take here that lines, and that must be a little bit smaller. So scale Y at the top, so that it looks more round. That is all. So scale X, and here also scale X. Good. That one is done. We can handle that each time if we want to make it more or less or what. I know. Why I must do it here again, that is a question for me. So maybe we take that split and ready to go. But it makes it not better. Okay. No, it don't makes it better. So object, apply, rotation scale, and then mark all and say recalculate the normals outside. Also correct. Good. Try it again. Control R, make a loop on the side. But that's too much. And it changed nothing, so that isn't the way. Don't know what he makes there and why he makes that so. But in the moment is okay. There comes later some stuff on textures and normal maps, and then that looks better. But I think a little more bending can be there. So I take here with background selection, root selection, and get all these middle parts down. Maybe it needs 2. Good, it's better, and we must make it that it goes over the other stuff, such like that. But scale Y also, yeah, so that is over the other, but a little bit over that one. So maybe there, but it is too big, or that here is too big. I think more that here is too big. And that here is not high enough. That must be much higher. Okay, so we look from the side and get here this whole part and bring that more up. So that's more that, and we can scale them a little bit in Y, but only a little. Good, better. So we have that. Yeah, it's every time horrible, but okay. Now we need the holes in here. I said it before, and I'm not sure I should make that real or with an alpha hole. But before I do that, I rotate that here, set 90 degrees, and look at what side I am. That is the right side. So I bring that to the wheel and look that it fits with them. and bring that to the right side. And I see it is not big enough, so I scale it in the set. Scale set. So we have that. That's the holder for the wheel there. But that isn't not that round that it should. So I go back. Yeah, must be set it down. That was all. Shift D. Now we must mirror that. So I apply rotation scale of it, then take the mirror into active, hold middle mouse and move. And when it is correct, left click. But that isn't correct, so again. That is correct. So that we bring now back to. No, it isn't correct. I love it. I love it. Do, do, do. Yeah, so we must mirror that again. In which axis? That is always the question. I think that one is okay. And bring that in front. Yes, very good. That is when Masters playing the sun. Only a joke. Good. We have that. File save. Yeah, the holds. I will first try that without. Place that reel into. I make it other way. I take the camera and to get the panel open, the rotation I set all to 0 so that I have an orthographic view. Rotate X 90 degrees. Now I look absolutely from front. Then I must search here my camera and make it to orthographic. I need the resolution. I want to make a normal map now from this holds in there and an alpha channel. So, and I want to have that on 512. I think that is enough. So now we only must make it. Add mesh. Let me sure think about it. A torus will be good. But wrong direction. It is every time good. Yeah, but that can be it. So okay, we'll add that. So rotate X 90 degrees. Camera view. Ooh, where are this one? Go to the camera and take the scale wider. So we see that. We can scale that now. Resolution is correct. We need here a shade smooth. That we need as a normal and as a alpha channel. So here we take for the render now PNG, and we must say the background should be transparent. I must search that each time. transparent, PNG compression, Canada. RGBR is important because alpha passes ultra filter. Real body preview. Oh my god. I hate it really. Can I say here transparent? No, you can't. Okay. It was film, there stands film, such like film, and there was a setting for that. I know that, but I don't know where it was. Wow. Many parts here. Oh, I don't really know. Textured. Wire, solid, no. I want transparent. Instancing. It's not. Relations, no. Tools, yes, okay, but background. That's bad. I don't know it really, so I rendered it so. He makes a background and all that is bad. Okay, then we only take it as normal map. So we go here to matcap, and that is the normal map. So print key on the keyboard, go into Microsoft Paint, paste it there, and cut that out. And save it as in our texture folder. We make it as a JPEG because it is no PNG in it at the moment. We call it ring, or something like that. Save. Good. That I can handle now in GIMP. So open, yeah, where I have put that, that is a good question. Next question. In my folder for the, for the ural truck. Okay, ural truck, texture, and we called it ring, correct, open. That's it, and we take now here the wizard, wizard, and we invert the selection then, invert, and cut out, and I take a new one, put it in as a new picture, then I take the middle and plug that out, and then I can export it as a PNG ring alpha. Ugh, that is normal. That is an alpha normal. Wow. I don't know that is good, but okay, I save it. Yeah, it's time to stop modeling for today. But we have that done. And so we don't need that anymore. Or maybe later for rendering or such, I don't know. Good. But I go back to material mode. That one I delete now. So we let that for today, and see us then in the next tutorial part. Thanks a lot for watching. Yeah, take care.